Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Cargo airplane crash lands in Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport, Abuja. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, good evening, and before I go into details, can you please ensure you like, subscribe and share. Now the details. An allied air cargo aircraft with registration number 5N-JRT has crash landed at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport and NAIA in Abuja. Sarah reporters learned that the air mishap happened on Wednesday due to the failure of one of its landing gears. The incident occurred at approximately 10:05 a.m. involving an air cargo aircraft carrying 6 crew members. The crew members were promptly evacuated and are currently undergoing medical assessment at the 063 Nigerian Air Force NAF Medical Unit. Meanwhile, emergency responders acted swiftly to secure the crash site, condoning off the area under the supervision of the Military Airport Commandant, MAC, and other relevant agencies. The incident occurred approximately 10:05 a.m. involving an cargo aircraft carrying 6 crew members. The crew members were promptly evacuated and are currently undergoing medical assessment at the 063 Nigerian Air Force NAF Medical Unit. Meanwhile, emergency responders acted swiftly to secure the crash site, condoning off the area under the supervision of the Military Airport Commandant, MACL and other relevant agencies. The incident has led to the temporary closure of the airport runway, resulting in significant delays to inbound and outbound flight. Passengers and airlines are advised to expect disruptions until further notice. Efforts are underway by airport authorities and the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority (NCAA) to remove the disabled aircraft and inspect the runway for potential damage. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, now we've come to the end of our today's news, and before I go, let's move down to the comment section. Let's see what people have to say. The first comment I have here says, "Thank God no life lost. I'm just imagining that a first timer is in this plane, especially the one that was convinced to give flying a try. Initially, well, it is one of those things like when a first time inside a plane and this happened. Do you really think the such person would want to give plane such a try again? No." Another commenter says, "You guys need to be well informed. The aircraft skidded off the runway and did not crash land." Another commenter says, "It is a normal thing in my country. Thank God there was no fire outbreak after that. And thank God there was no fire after the plane crash landed. Because only God knows what would have happened at the moment if that happened." Another comment here says, "Our reporter is the source of negative publicity readily available." Do not understand what the person is trying to say here. So here is another comment here that says, "If humanity is crashing in this country, why not ordinary aircraft?" A comment here says, "Is there any corrupt politician inside? Please, God, may such a person never survive." Smile. Another comment here says, "Imagine national airport environment. Our leaders should do better." Yes, They really need to do better because only God knows if the plane was not in check before it actually took off. Another comment here says thumb up for the pilot. From the photo, it is obvious that the pilot must have intentionally crash landed it on the sandy area of the concrete paved tarmac to avoid fire from sparking due to friction. A comment here says, Oga, it didn't crash. It skied out of runway. Don't mislead people. Whether it can happen too, if it's skied off the runway too, it can cause a lot of damage. So it's not as if it's kind of misleading people. Another comment which I have here says, this is the only news APC government can give us. Nigeria, my country. Another comment here says, aviators need to enlighten media personnel on basic aviation terms, or rather let them ask questions on terms they are not well acquainted with. To my dear listeners, whether it's skid off, whether it crash landed or whatever, thank God no life was lost. So we should not use that as a topic that would result to another problem entirely. Now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by the comment section and let us know what your view is all about. Thank you for listening.